Hey, it's Richie and Wes.
He's Richie.
And he's Wes.
And this is our show.
Trolling social media and asking our sex question of the week.
Whew.
I was looking into the Big Diva fan.
Oh my god.
We just pay 2 hot guys to fan.
I would gladly.
I'm not doing all that work.
No, absolutely not.
It is hot, y'all. And
As
it is
fuck.
like this everywhere.
Oh god, are you getting the fucking advisories every fucking hour and a half? Yeah, sorry, LA, I'm not conserving my fucking energy. And dying. In this fucking heat, no!
I mean, I'm not leaving poor Marcel, our little
Right?
Frenchie, without air conditioning. Are you insane?
Oh god.
He started panting just by seeing you when you came over. Jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, if you're sweating out, have a cold one with us. We are imbibing on rosé.
Yes, we
I
are.
apologize. I should have thought ahead. Poured rosé in a fresh ice cube tray, blended it, and made frosé.
Oh, man, you're right.
That would have taken some,
next
some
week.
thought and actual, planning.
It'll still be hot as fuck next week. We can do that.
I'm gonna try it. Doesn't that sound delicious?
Yes, absolutely. I love a frosé.
Well, when it gets hot, people get horny, and I get mad. Horny and mad. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to shade the fuck out some people.
Oh, absolutely. And boy, do I have some shade coming up. I have a fashion line that just dropped, 14 years in the making. You're going to laugh about this one.
Oh, God. I have a celebrity who cannot read.
It's not us. We clearly know how to read. And I also have someone has been caught for being a fraud.
But probably the biggest social media fucking drama that is dropped every which way, the Venice Film Festival cannot escape the Don't Worry Darling PR nightmare.
Oh, yes.
Follows that cast and crew around.
Uh-huh.
Apparently Olivia and Florence have
That was who I was going to talk about.
Disagreement.
Oh you haven't heard about the whole what happened? That's the fraud situation I was going to tell you about.
Fraud?
Should we just dip into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so
I didn't realize there was fraud involved. I thought...
So, Olivia Wilde has gone on this whole thing because there's this big drama on set with Shia LaBeouf, who is supposed to be working on the movie.
Yeah.
So, she said that she fired him from the movie because he was having an issue with Florence, and it's making her uncomfortable and all of this stuff, and that also she let him go from her next project as well, and because she's all rah girl power feminism, blah 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 blah.
Great,
but protecting Ms. Flo. Shia comes out and says, "Why are you saying this? This isn't true. We both know that I didn't get fired from your second movie. I left because we didn't have time to rehearse, and it was a scheduling situation. I don't know why you're trying to make this more than it is." Well, he released video of her in the car begging him to stay onto the current project.
Oh my God.
And shading Florence. Saying, I think, we can all work this out, and this might be a wake-up call to Miss Flo. It might knock her down a couple of pegs, because she needs to learn that not everything's going to go her way. She has to deal with how some people are going to act on set. Defending Shia. So after she's gone on this rampage, claiming to defend Florence. Instead of... and not wanting to be associated with horrible abuse of Shia LaBeouf, which he is.
He is, yes. And I had heard some of that, but I didn't realize that she was on video.
Oh, yeah.
Flipping sides.
Yes!
Completely.
Uh-huh. He's like, here's the video.
Oh my God.
This is her begging me to stay. on the Darling movie, she did not tell me to leave because she was protecting Flo.
Well, Florence didn't show up to the press junket.
Mm-mm. She's been doing the bare minimum of her contract for this whole thing.
Been hanging out
and
with
good for her.
In having a great time.
Yes, and then
like she's having an awesome
and at the film festival, she stayed clear the fuck far away from Olivia and never made eye contact during their 4-minute standing ovation, as she fucking should. What? See, that's the worst kind of fucking woman. One that acts like she's a girl's girl and she's all for feminism and she's all about protecting other women. And behind the fucking scenes, you're on the abuser's side.
Right.
Caught.
Leave it to Shia LaBeouf to be the one.
Right? You know it's bad when Shia's in the right.
Shia LaBeouf.
God.
Oh.
I just love when people are exposed. And it happened in like rapid fire. It was like one day something happened, and the next day he like came out with it, and there was rumors that there was a video. And then the very next day after that, the video was released. And it's like, girl.
Did not see the video. I also had heard that there was a discrepancy in how much Harry Styles was paid versus how much Florence was paid.
Oh, I'm sure, because Olivia was fucking Harry at the time. Are we surprised? Again, what a fake bitch!
Olivia came out and said, no.
I don't believe a word she says anymore. I'm all, you are... Girl, go somewhere.
Then she had Chris Pine, who she also dated, by the way, sit in between her and Harry at the premiere. And even though he does not spit on him, it appears
it totally
there
does.
is some weird exchange.
I just want to know what Chris was laughing at, because it looked perfect timing for people to think that he like spit in his hand like as a joke or something, and then he starts to laugh.
Yeah.
Once he realizes it.
But he has his sunglasses in his hand.
Yeah, so I'm just like, what? I'm like, what was he? What was the chuckle for? That's what I want to know.
But
I still do want to see this movie, honestly, because it does look interesting.
Yes, all of this led to the headline, Harry Styles did not spit on Chris Pine.
And they both have come forward and said that it didn't happen.
I think
and people are still denying, despite it coming straight from the horse's mouths.
It is amazing that we are here in this moment, honestly. Yeah, whatever is going on with this fucking production and all that shit, I think people are projecting a lot of things.
There's so much drama before this movie's even dropped.
Probably way crazier than any of us could possibly fucking imagine. So, yeah, I'm sure there's shit going down. But probably...
I haven't seen this much shit prior to a movie release, and so soon, like, before the release...
It does look interesting.
It does look interesting, but fuck Olivia. Ugh. So good for you, Shia, for exposing that bitch. Bad for you for being a horrible person, but good, you know, broken clock is right twice a day.
People have many levels, what can I say?
Oh, Lord. All right, well, I have some Housewives news.
Yes.
So... any Housewives fans are listening, and you watched the Housewives of Atlanta season finale on Sunday, you know that Sheree Whitfield, 14 years after claiming she was going to release a fashion line.
I don't watch the show, but I had heard
She by Sheree.
Because it is such a joke, an ongoing joke at this point.
Yes, I mean, 14 years ago, she literally, and Dwight Eubanks is this fabulous, like, friend dub character on the show, shows up, and all she had was, like, pictures of things, and his famous line was, "A fashion show with no fashions? How dreadful." And the title of this episode was a fashion show with fashions, because she finally has a fashion show. But if you're just now getting to know who Sheree Whitfield is, she is the ultimate scammer. She doesn't pay people. Her home, which is now finished and absolutely gorgeous, took like 6 years to do. And
maybe she just likes to take her time.
No, because she's funneling money in different places. She had to switch it to her mother's name because she was under lawsuits. She had her fucking Aston Martin that she's parading around repossessed because she didn't pay her lawyers in her divorce case. And now with this fashion drop, the person that was the designer for the fashions on the runway, I'll get to that in a minute, has come out and said that she hasn't paid him. And he spent $2,500 out of his own pocket to have this thing come together last minute.
Oh, I thought they ordered them off of that. What is it?
Oh, Shein or
Shein website?
Well, that's the other part of this, because none of the fashions in the fashion show are on her website.
Well, they're also identical to these like $7.
Yes, literally, that you can buy on Shein and Amazon.
Yeah.
And she just put her logo, which a lot of people do.
Ironed on her logo. Sure. But they're not readily available to the public.
Exactly. But girl. And then the prices. She has wrinkled photographed t-shirts with like her catchphrases and whatnot for $142. You can get something screen printed at your local swap meet for $10.
You can go to Hunties and print out
exactly. Like, girl. And then her website was
all leisure wear and like joggers.
Yes, and some of the stuff actually is cute, but none of the things that were on the runway that this actual person designed are on the website. Yeah, so, and then the website's been going up and down, as she claims, because it's this overwhelming demand. Yet no one's provided a receipt as to if anyone's actually ordered anything yet, or been able to order anything, because the site just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down.
I would honestly expect her line to be like one of those things you see on Instagram that pops up.
Yeah.
And then it takes you to some shitty site. And you would be able to order, but then it just takes your money and you never get anything. That's what I would...
I mean, that's probably the next step in her scam, honestly.
Girl, you got to get the shopping cart to work.
Right? Something needs to happen.
You got to get those credit card numbers. Get PayPal, Venmo, something.
Like, honey.
Girl, yeah.
She is
just all for the cameras.
And she's the queen of missing the point, because she's always been the fit one in the group. She should have just fucking released fucking workout videos from Jump.
Or something. I mean, the workout clothes are cute for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but
these prices. No. $142 for
no for a messy ass t-shirt.
And some joggers you can get on Shein for $7 and then at your door in 5 days. And still not paying people. Just a mess. It's like the Chacha Hall of Housewives.
Well, Billy Eisner, that really obnoxious gay guy who yells at people on the streets of New York, has co-written and actually produced several things. He's actually very talented, very funny.
He is. Oops, I overreported you a little bit.
He's such a fucking shady bitch, but
he is. I low-key want to hook up with him.
Yeah, he's also very talented and very funny. He has a movie coming out called Bros, and he kind of, I think, pissed some people off because he's not wrong in saying this, because Bros is getting a theatrical release. It is being released in theaters. It does have the production team behind, what's his name, Judd Apatow, or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, it's a mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Who knows if it's going to succeed or not, right? But that does differentiate it from stuff that you find just on streamers. So he kind of thinks this movie is important and is not being very shy about that in the interviews. And people are taking that very much the wrong way.
I'm happy about it. I'm going to watch it. I am a little irritated that the boyfriend does look kind of like him, but also hopefully they make that a joke in the movie, quite honestly, because we all know that the gays like to date their twins.
Yes.
But not us. Neither one of us on this show likes to date anyone that looks like us.
No, one is enough.
Yes. But I do love that my girl T.S. Madison is in the movie. And if you don't know who T.S. Madison is, you better find out. She is amazing. Was actually an adult film star,
Okay.
amateur, transgendered, but then pivoted that into a successful YouTube channel where she would just read things, kind of like we do actually every week. And then parlayed that into having her own reality show, which actually was an actual reality show that just premiered last year, I believe, on WeTV, or maybe Oxygen. I get those two networks confused. And it really showed her blossoming. And there's even a scene where she and her mother had a conversation. She and her father had a conversation about how they felt about her when she transitioned years ago. And touched on a lot of important topics. And now she's in a feature film. So I say, good for that.
Good for that. And what he said was, just so I'm quoting him, is that his theatrical release is historic compared to some streaming thing which feels disposable or is like one of a million Netflix shows.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, he has had his own shows on Netflix. So
he can speak on it.
He's a shady bitch, but he's not exactly wrong.
He's not.
People are really bumping on that because it does seem really dismissive and shady. But what would you expect from him? This is the guy that runs around New York and yells at people.
Literally screams at people on the fucking sidewalk. Come on.
I do actually think that if the movie does well, you'll have more chances of theatrical release of queer films that are actually written by and starring gay people and queer, trans people and queer people. So, like I said, I can't really disagree with him.
No. I agree with him, whatever. Fight your grannies, don't fight us.
Well, people like to get mad. People like to get mad about things.
About everything. We're just mad about the heat.
The only thing is pissing me off.
Oh, give me that mist.
Ooh, yes, take the watermelon face mist.
I am totally buying some of this when I leave the studio today.
Well,
it's just so refreshing.
This has become an ongoing joke online, and so much so that she has had to respond to it. Michele is the subject of a series of memes.
And has been for a long time.
It has been for a while, claiming that she cannot read. And she appears to be more upset about this than she ever did being called out for being a terrorizer on the set of Glee.
Exactly.
Or
a complete racist menace.
Being a horrible person in any way. And yet, never actually says, I can read. When she makes these statements.
No, never says it. And then people just... Well, of course, the internet being the internet will pop up with a video montage of plenty of times where it appears that she's avoiding reading something. Award show, she's gonna say something. She was gonna say something and then giggles and hands it to her co-presenter.
Oh, I can't.
And the theory comes from this: is that she's been in the industry for so long that she never really went to real school, and that she would always allegedly would have people reading her lines for her from a very young age.
And just memorize.
Reading books that she needed to have homework on, blah 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 blah. So she never really developed the ability to read. So that's where this stems from.
Jamila Jamil did not understand that this was a joke.
Isn't that her entire existence?
However, she's also not completely wrong in saying that it is ableist to make fun of someone for not being able to read.
100%.
Because some people do have learning disabilities in which they're not able to read as well as other people, or certain things like that. And she doesn't really seem to contextualize it at all. She really genuinely, I think, believes that Michele cannot read.
Well, I mean, this is also from the same woman who's had how many bee attacks? Let's not forget that. Let's not forget B-Gate. And for once, we're not talking about Beyonce. They're both insufferable, but
someone said, only she could go into this with her whole chest. And someone's like, yeah, she is very important to me. They're like, yeah, she's an inspiration to delusional women everywhere.
This is very true.
I love her on She-Hulk, though. I think she's amazing.
I need to just buckle down and buy fucking Disney Plus. You see that Megan Thee Stallion is now part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yes, she's on She-Hulk.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, I just saw that episode. That episode was just on.
Howard Stern, you need to pay Sarah Michelle Gellar her motherfucking money. So, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. have just celebrated their 20th anniversary.
Which is a very long time.
It is. And Freddie brought up this interview with Howard Stern where he says, nah, you guys won't last 10 years. You're just not going to. She's young and hot. You're young and hot. 10 more years, you'll be a completely different person. She'll be a completely different woman. And I love his response. He says, I will, and she will. And that's totally fine. I'm like, boom, good for fuck. He never wavered in this interview. Howard never got to him. He says, yes, we will definitely completely be two different people. And that's great. You should evolve. But you can still be with each other while you're evolving. And he says, I'm telling you, he's like, $1 million, you're not going to last 10 years.
This coming from Howard Stern,
Thank
who,
you.
even according to his own biography, went through all this fucking shit with his wife and then split up with her when he actually became really super successful. Little projection. Perhaps.
A little bit, So Sarah Michelle Gellar brought this up and said, Howard Stern, I want my money.
Yeah, because they made like a formal bet, right?
Yes, it's on air. It is. He said this here is a verbal agreement, and he said yes, it's a verbal agreement. You owe this couple $1 million fucking dollars.
I thought it was $10 million.
No, it's $1 million.
Okay.
And he's got it. Pay up.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Howard
she was
Stern
petty.
So
I would love if she would sue just to be petty. Could you imagine?
She should just go on a show.
She has all the evidence.
He needs to pay up. You know
what? What a cute couple.
They
Good for
are
them.
a cute couple.
And not all they do mostly is like voiceover work, which I think is great. Like they have their kids, cute little family.
I think he dipped out a little bit more than she did.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, they still work and they still do things. I think that's actually the more working life that a lot of actors sort of. A lot of people don't recognize that's such a good space to be in.
Oh yeah,
you have creative projects going on that you can do and you're getting paid, but you're not
having to actively be on a set for 14 hours a day for 4 months straight. Yeah, he primarily does video game and cartoon voice like situations now. Which, mind you, you can get paid like 50 grand, 100 grand an episode. They're doing just fine.
Oh yeah,
I prefer that. Come to work in my pajamas.
He always
sit in a fucking air conditioned booth. We're not even in an air conditioned booth right now.
Oh god damn it!
And we're not getting paid 100 grand for a fucking episode to do anything yet.
Not yet. I always pictured him and Keanu Reeves like on the same vibe. There's something about both of them where they literally seem
they're just unaffected.
Yeah,
completely unaffected. Also completely ageless. Yeah. They never fucking. And that's probably why they're just so relaxed and like carefree about everything. It's like, I love telling this story, and I've told it before in the show, when I was assaulted by Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes.
I was in New York City for my first time. I'm walking around trying to use my map app to look for whatever fucking shitty hotel I ended up getting. That did not look shitty on the website, but it was horrible inside. Even the lobby, it looked like the Taj Mahal, and the actual room looked like the slums. Complete catfish. But this man literally wasn't paying attention and was jogging and slams into me, spins me around, and he falls on the ground. I don't fall on the ground, but he does. He stands up and says, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm all, "You're on the ground, are you okay?" He's like, "I'm so sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was jogging and checking the email." I'm like, "It's okay, I was checking the map." He's like, "Are you sure you're okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, again, I totally apologize. I'm like, no, man, you're totally cool. And then he just, like, gives me a high five, continues jogging, and then it hits me that was Freddie Prinze Jr. Polite as could be. Asking if I'm okay, but he just took a tumble onto the fucking disease-ridden streets of fucking New York City.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Bring us our paycheck, you boys.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out our sponsors and our show notes and save some money by using our coupon codes. Until next time, goodbye. Bye.